Pro Group Management. Workers' comp that works for you.
Presentation.
Welcome to Nevada Newsmakers. Today's the day that it all counts when you vote. Andy's got the rundown.
Happy Election Day, Sam. Just as the trench has dominated our election up here, a ballot question has dominated the election in Las Vegas. That is whether or not the government should take over Nevada Power Company. So far, Nevada Power has spent $1.6 million in fighting that ballot question. Scott Craigie, former chairman of the PSC, is here today, and he's going to tell us what effect, if any, it has on us.
And we've got our power panel of pundits. We'll have Greg Ferraro here for the Republicans, Martha Gould for the Democrats, and Jim Denton, political analyst, and a little on the Republican side, plus Andy and myself. It's all on the all-new Nevada Newsmakers.
Does the thought of going back to work scare you? Do you feel the skills you learned years ago are inadequate for today's jobs? Let Career College of Northern Nevada help you get back on your feet again. In just 6 to 12 months, we can update you on the latest office and computer skills you need today. Career College of Northern Nevada can change your life with training in travel and tourism, data processing, medical, or legal. Or you can earn an associate's degree in computerized business management or electronic technology. Career College can change your life.
My marriage had ended, forcing me to go back to work. But when I went looking for a good-paying job, I discovered my past skills to be outdated.
Hi, this is Tracy. If you would like more information on how you can get started on a new life, call me now at 856-2266. If you do, I'll send you these complimentary brochures which describe each one of the career choices offered at Career College and how you can get started. There's no obligation, so call now at 856-2266 and ask for me, Tracy.
You get one shot at life. Make it count. Gordon's in Reno and Carson City. Cameras, telescopes, accessories, and film processing.
Hi, Ron Ford, president of Sierra Air. Let me tell you about our holiday service special going on now till the end of January. For only $79.95, we'll do a winter exact tune-up on your gas heating system. We'll clean and check all major components and safety devices so you won't have to worry. A standard replacement filter is always included. So call Sierra Air today, 356-5566. That's 356-5566. The company your neighbors recommend.
This is Nevada Newsmakers with Sam Shad and political analyst Ande Engleman.
This is what it's all about. Get out there today and vote, but stick around for the next 30 minutes and you'll learn a lot more about the issues. Welcome back to the all-new Nevada Newsmakers. Our first guest is Scott Craigie, former chairman of the PUC, and also he was chief of staff to Governor Miller. Let's go talk to him with Andy. He's on the hot seat.
Scott, I know that down in southern Nevada, this question has become the crux of a lot of different races and so forth.
Actually, it's probably created more heat and more fire and brimstone talk than any of the other either candidates or ballot questions. It probably will turn out to be the biggest surprise, or at least the biggest turnaround of all of the election campaigns out of the season.
Okay, now Sierra Pacific Power owns Nevada Power.
That's right.
So basically, it's like if you're a parent and your child messes up and does something wrong, the parent ends up paying for it.
Well, to an extent, the management of of Sierra Pacific Resources was the management of Nevada Power Company at the time that they got into trouble on the rates. As it happened, the market that they were in, that they bought in a year and a half ago, was a very volatile market. They ended up spending a lot more money than they were able to collect during the time because, of course, you collect rates after you've spent the money, or you refund rates after you've saved money. And they got stuck for a $900 million rate increase down there. Now, the PUC cut it in half but it created a huge political firestorm.
And also, I mean, it was a lot of basic mismanagement in the fact that they were buying short when they should have been buying long in terms of the power.
Well, the Public Utility Commission ruled that many of the decisions were imprudently entered into. And as you say, they shouldn't have done it in the pattern they did. They had opportunities, the PUC found, that they should have taken advantage of, and they didn't.
Go ahead.
I can't believe $1.6 million spent by a company to defeat an advisory ballot question, and this company is supposed to be short on money.
You know, it's a publicly traded company, and probably had a responsibility to its shareholders to fight this thing hard. I mean, $1.6 million, and it's a one-sided fight, because the Water Authority is not allowed to spend money on advertising like this, and so the Water Authority has, done, different things to try and get some visibility. But the ad campaign that has been put on has been masterful. I mean, it has been one of the most effective, well-done packages that I can remember in the history of the state, and I've been doing this here for a long time.
Let's take, if we could, Kirk, if we could take a look at those ads. This is just a sample of, this is 2 of the ads that are running in Las Vegas right now on this ballot question.
The Las Vegas Chamber's primary concern is to promote economic growth and to strengthen the business climate. We've looked carefully at question 14. 14 is about a government takeover of a private business. It would cause government to spend well over $3 billion for this takeover. And that's a bad idea. We join with the Nevada Taxpayers Association, the Nevada Seniors Coalition, and many others asking you to vote no on 14.
Question 14. The more you know about it, the less you'll like it.
Are you familiar with bait and switch? It's when you're sold one thing but wind up getting another. Well, that's what's going on with question 14. Government says they'll give us lower electric rates, but wants to borrow well over $3 billion to buy the electric system. The economics just don't make sense. And neither does the idea of putting service and reliability in the hands of local politicians. Please join our coalition to oppose question 14. It's a mistake that will cost taxpayers well over $3 billion.
Question 14. The more you know about it, the less you'll like it.
Okay, you agree or disagree with their thrust?
Well, actually, the really interesting thing about the way that this campaign has been run, they honestly went out and got top leaders across the board. They got the top senior citizens leader from the Nevada Seniors Coalition. They put him on the air, very credible spot. David Horowitz went on the air, but they got former Governor Bob Miller. They got, as you saw, the leader of the Las Vegas Chamber of Commerce. The Nevada Taxpayer Association really kind of led the way, putting a principle to this that sold it, and that is, don't let government take over a private business. And in the end, it's winning. They will come very close to actually winning this election.
We need to point out that Sierra Pacific and Nevada Power are members of the Chamber of Commerce, the Nevada Taxpayers Association, and all these other organizations they are dues-paying members of. But, Scott, the bottom line for us is, what's the effect on Sierra Pacific Power and our power bills?
Well, probably this question itself, it wasn't enough to either get this company converted into a public power entity in the first place. The legislature has forbidden or made it illegal for there to be a hostile takeover. And really, that was the target of this ad. That plus the fact that I think there were a lot of Democrats that were down there that were not doing well in the polls, that probably aren't going to do well in the election, and they wanted this to help promote those campaigns. Unfortunately, they bet wrong on that.
Okay, Pat Mulroy, who heads up the Water Authority, is a very powerful and smart woman, and has conducted her business very well for the last, I don't know, decade or so. She's not going to stop at this point if she thinks she can save the taxpayers' money, is she?
I doubt very much that she or her board will stop, no matter what the outcome here is. I don't think that it would have been enhanced greatly by a big win either, because the legislature was going to probably look at it on a bigger policy basis. In the end, rates right now are going to be decided by what happens inside Sierra Pacific Resources, both at Sierra Pacific Power Company and Nevada Power Company, and they have bigger problems than what this ballot is. In southern Nevada, they are a huge amount of power short of meeting their load for this coming summer. And they're looking at a very tough time if the power rates start to go up on the wholesale market. Really, one of the concerns that I have is not what's happening in question 14, but whether or not Nevada Power, at least, is paying attention to their business and buying the power that they should be doing and not repeating the mistake that they made 2 years ago.
And Randolph Townsend says that there could be a takeover by either an outside interest from the state of Nevada or even a foreign entity of the power company.
And I agree with that. I think that it's very possible. I think Nevada Power Company right now is one of the best bargains in the market for anyone who's looking to expand.
We're out of time on this, Scott, but would you stick around for our pundit panel?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Okay. The next portion of the show is going to be the Pundit panel. We'll do 2 segments. We'll go through the ballot questions and go through the top races, all on Nevada Newsmakers right after this.
Hello, I'm Mike Langton, and I'm running for Washoe County District Court Judge. I would like to thank my many supporters, especially the police officers and firefighters who have endorsed me. I'm also very proud to be endorsed by Judge Mills Lane. Those endorsements are important in this race because they have actually worked with both me and my opponent. They know that I have the experience and integrity to do the job right. They know that I stand for justice and fairness for all. I ask you to join them and vote for me, Mike Langton, November 5th.
Over the past 20 years, I've seen a lot of changes in education.
I hope that I've had a positive effect on the students who have sat in my classroom.
I've taught them English and math.
I've taught them science.
But if there's one legacy I hope I've left with them,
It's the value of a quality education.
In my experience, the Nevada State Education Association
has consistently stood up for quality education
for our kids and their future.
Any questions?
Name your own price on a quality used car during the Customer Calls the Shot sale at Deal Direct Auto Sales. That's right, no reasonable offer refused. Deal Direct is overstocked and needs to move an entire lot full of like-new cars, trucks, and SUVs. You name the price. Deal Direct will finance you on the spot with low interest rates that you'll love.
Casino employees, show your work ID card and get $250 off your next car at Deal Direct, Kitsky and Moana.
Sure, it's been tough.
We've been living a lie for years.
Keeping our scores to ourselves.
Sneaking off to motels to get dressed up.
Ducking into theaters.
It's bittersweet.
The life of a closet.
Say it.
Opera buff.
Opera. It's okay to love it. Join us as we celebrate Nevada Opera's 35th season with Verdi's Rigoletto. Tickets start at $25 through Ticketmaster.com, at the Pioneer Center, or by phone.
You can't see us, can you?
And we're back on Nevada Newsmakers here with our pundit panel here. Jim Denton joins us. Scott Craigie continues. Martha Gould and Greg Ferraro. Let's start going. Well, actually, let's start off on a personal note.
Well, I think that the community at large, and certainly the governmental and legislative community, lost someone last night when Dick Freeman passed away after a valiant fight against cancer. Dick did a lot for this community. He did a lot for a lot of people. And I think we all send our condolences to Vivian.
That's right.
We would all agree.
Nice man.
All agree. Okay, let's move on to the issues of the day. Let's start out with question 1. This is the one whether the state of Nevada is going to be allowed to issue obligation bonds in order to preserve water quality, protect open space, lakes, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, first of all, any conflicts at this table?
That's my campaign. I'm involved in that.
All right, so we'll get to you last.
Say anything.
No, he can, but as long as we know.
I have a comment. I have a comment on that. I think open space in the state of Nevada is important. I think people recognize it's important, and I think it may surprise people that it passes tonight. It was a very well-done campaign.
It was a very well-done campaign, I agree, but this ballot is, in its length and complexity, is an abomination. And my concern is people are going to take one look at this and be totally turned off and vote no on everything.
Yeah, but Martha, in this case, they only got to get to number 1.
Yeah, it's on the state side.
I know.
This will be interesting. It'll be interesting to see what the character of the state is and whether it's changed. You know, we've passed bond issues for Lake Tahoe.
Right.
I mean, Southern Nevada voted for the Lake Tahoe bond.
That's correct, they did.
It'll be interesting to see if the character with all the new Californians and all the population shifts and philosophical shifts. This one, I think, will tell us a little bit about what's happening to our state.
Greg, I've got a question for you.
Yes.
You know, with the number of people that are coming into Las Vegas, how many of them are registering to vote? I mean, you're talking about 6,000 or more people per month.
Well,
are they registering?
You have to remember, but when you look at that 6,000 a month, you also have to expect that 2,000 or 3,000 are leaving. And so it has a transient nature to the population. Nevertheless, I don't know, Sam, how many of those people are registering. I know there's aggressive efforts to try to register as many of them as we can. We're not seeing the registration rolls expand in commensurate level with population growth, but I think probably, I'm going to guess here, I'm probably 1 out of 4 of those people are registering.
And so it'll be interesting to see which way they lean.
You know, when we start doing government by initiative questions and bond issues that are statewide and we have an influx of people coming in predominantly from California. They're coming here because they don't have to pay the taxes that they paid in their own state. And I feel like a Cassandra because I'm really worried about what is going to happen to this state and our communities. There isn't the loyalty that we used to have in the state of Nevada toward statewide issues.
You know, with that being said, and I certainly think that that represents a significant number of voters' attitudes, I do think that the environment is an issue that cuts through a lot of the other political clutter out there, and I think that we'll win this. I think that we've been able to present the issue in a favorable light, and I think people will vote for clean air and clean water.
I have to disagree with Martha a little bit about voters in Clark County. I mean, voters in Clark County the last few years have been very progressive.
I'm not talking just about Clark
but they
County.
voted for schools. They have voted for transportation issues. They
another
likely
big ballot question
another
today
big ballot question today on question 10.
Okay, let's move on. We got a lot of stuff to get through today.
We're going to pass question 1 here. I mean, just one more time.
I got a question on my pass.
Despite the fact that I'm concerned, put it this way, I'm certainly going to vote for it.
All right.
See how it plays.
Okay, let's go on to question 2, which has been quite a controversial issue for the media. But is it controversial for the public? They voted, what, 70-odd% last time around? Are they going to do it again?
Sam, I think it's going to pass 60-40. I think it wins 60-40.
I think it wins less. I think you're seeing a significant counter movement. I think it still wins, but it wins by less than 60.
I hope you're right. I mean, I've made my thoughts. I've made my thoughts on this
I
subject.
find this fascinating. We have legalized prostitution. We have gaming. We're going to end up with marijuana. We were the first state in the United States to go for acupuncture and oriental medicine, and now we have question 2. I mean, it's an oxymoron.
How has the Mormon Church stayed away from the spotlight in this? I mean, the Mormon Church has funded this, but they've been a little bit
smoked out a little bit. But Greg and I agree on this. You know, someone made the comment to me the other day that if you really want to protect marriage, and that's what I find. That's what I find so misleading about this. This has nothing to do with protecting marriage. This has to do with taking rights away from people.
Okay, one last word.
One piece into this. To the extent that this really was a well-thought-out campaign to try and turn out conservative voters, if we start to use ballot questions as recruiting instruments to get a certain segment of the population into the voters' booth, that is a huge mistake, and that will even further erode election support by citizens. You know, all the negative campaigning, gee, that doesn't really make me feel like I really want to go vote. That's why there's such a poor turnout. To do this, again, assaults the intellect of the voters.
Yeah. Okay, we're out of time. You keep talking, we're taking a break. We'll be right back.
Now offers a variety of products with a choice of material and finishes. Create your own look of individuality with interior windows of mahogany, cherry, Douglas fir, pine, cedar, maple, and 50 standard exterior colors at no upcharge. Custom shop quality without the custom shop prices. All things Eagle Window and Door customers come to expect. For that extra touch you're looking for, Eagle Window and Door, just west of Keystone on 4th.
Another day with nothing to do. I just sit around, drink coffee, read the paper, and watch TV. I need something more stimulating, something worth getting up for. A good-paying job would be nice, a job where I could feel like somebody, be professional and get some respect. A job with a future. But doesn't that require a 4-year degree?
No, all it takes is from 6 to 22 months training at the Career College of Northern Nevada in word processing, as a microcomputer specialist in data processing, medical or legal, in computer business management or electronic technology. Start preparing your future today with just a simple call to Career College of Northern Nevada.
By calling me, Tracy, for more information on career opportunities available at Career College of Northern Nevada. Call me now and I'll send you absolutely free these special brochures. Call 856-2266. There's no obligations. So call now and ask for me, Tracy.
Call now, 856-2266.
The holidays are coming, and Ennis is here to help start the season with our 1/3 off pre-holiday sale. You'll save 1/3 off on all Drexel Heritage Dining Room, plus all leather and upholstery furniture. Select Thomasville Dining and all Thomasville leather and upholstery furniture is also 1/3 off. Ennis has 0% financing with no payments for up to 12 months or special 5-year financing at 7.9%. Shop early and take advantage of our 1/3 off pre-holiday sale at Ennis.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, Chris Wicker joins us on the panel here. Chris, so you got a little bit of news for us.
Well, yes, I'm on the Democratic attorneys for the election, and we've already had 2 issues. At Reed High School, one of our iron workers who was a poll watcher for us was confronted by 6 angry people trying to get him to go. And as they said, he's an iron worker, so he didn't back down. And they had Washington signs hanging in the polling area that were they were forced to remove. At Rancho San Rafael, interesting enough, we had a policeman come by and tell our poll watcher that he couldn't be there. And he's still there, and the policeman's gone. So it's one of that kind of stuff that you see on Election Day, and the Republicans have election attorneys standing by for those kinds of things also.
Nothing can be worse than what they're doing in Florida today. Nothing can be worse than what they're doing in Florida today.
Besides voting.
In Dade County, Florida, they have hired Jimmy Carter's Center for Democracy to essentially be observers of the entire election process in Florida. This is the first time in the history of the United States that an independent group has actually been hired. The last election that President Carter's group monitored was in Botswana, and you wonder why they call it Florida.
All right, I want to move quickly past, the questions 4 and 5 here, which are the, I'm sorry, 3 and 4, I should say, which are the tax questions. Just a quick word on those.
I think they fail.
I hope they fail.
Then they go down.
Yeah, every time you exempt taxes, you're going to pay more.
Okay, perpetuities. Does anybody even have a... Is this going to get marked by anybody?
Yes, I want it to pass.
Yeah.
I remember this from about a week ago, Chris.
Yeah, we already...
Too confusing. I stick with what I said. It goes down.
Jury's out.
Jury's out. I say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Okay, let's move on to question 6. Should the Nevada Constitution be amended to revise the term of a Supreme Court justice or district court judge who is appointed to fill a vacancy? I say no.
I say no. I personally say no. I think the voters say no. Voters have said over and over again.
Why do you say yes?
Because he's an attorney.
No, I say yes if you're going to give
Voters have said over and over again they want to elect their
judges. If you're going to give up your job and you're going to give up your position to take an appointment for less than a year, what kind of quality candidates are you going to get? It happened to Margaret Springate, who gave up her job, was appointed for a short while.
And was defeated.
Defeated in the primary. And so she lost pretty much everything to be a judge for 9 months.
Let me look at this a different way. By number 6, you're starting to see voter fatigue.
Right.
Okay, but I guess my point is that these jobs, if you have the opportunity to be appointed to be a judge, that's a great honor, and if you want to take that, then fine, but take it knowing the risks. It's like getting a pay raise and not being able to get the next pay raise until you're reelected.
And you get to put judge on your title.
Leave the office open.
Yeah, that's more important questions.
Chris cited Margaret Springate, and it's a very good example. She served for a short period of time. She did not even make it out of the primary in the seat that Judge Hardesty won. Voters obviously decided they didn't want her as a judge.
So Hardesty and Palaha didn't take
This is the most anybody's ever talked about this question the whole season.
All right. Let me explain one thing about this about the schools.
This is question 7.
Right. A couple of years ago, White Pine County schools went belly up and had to borrow out of the state general fund in order to keep them afloat. And Mineral County's about the same thing. If we pass that bond question, then they can float bonds to build those schools, and they can stop taking money out of the general fund. That's the purpose of that ballot question.
Polls keep saying education is the #1 issue. We'll see whether the voters put their money where put their mouths where their money is.
Come back to local control of the schools. I mean,
but these counties are nearly bankrupt.
They're strapped, Sam.
Yeah, they have
the money. It has nothing to do with
raise
control.
new revenue, to build bricks and mortar. And education, as Jim said, is #1 on the top of voters' minds. I think this one passes.
I agree.
Okay, Martha Gould wants to jump in here.
For the very simple reason that the rural counties are facing the problems they're having primarily because we have the most cockamamie tax structure in the world in the state of Nevada, and it has bled the rurals dry. On the other hand, when you start moving in this direction without taking a global view of tax reform, you've got bad fiscal policy. And I'm someone who supports money for schools, but I'm seeing it from the point of view that we don't have good fiscal policy in the state of Nevada. Period. The end.
Okay, but then,
I know it's not on the ballot, but that's the problem.
Okay.
All right, let's move. Thank you, Martha.
You're welcome.
Greg is working with the Washoe County School District bond question, and let's see where everybody thinks it's going to go.
I think same thing I said on education on the statewide question. Washoe County's made a good case for the need. I think it passes.
It makes huge sense. It's worked very well in Clark County, and we shouldn't be afraid to take good ideas.
I'm optimistic we'll get more votes for this than we did for Yes for Kids in '98.
And you're on the board of the...
And I mean, just the growth that we're seeing in the Truckee Meadows, I mean, you'd have to be a loony not to think that we need more schools.
It should pass. I don't understand those that are opposed to it. I can't comprehend
And who wants a
it.
bond issue every 2 years?
Okay,
Right.
I got to guess. This fluoride question. Dentists say fluoride helps your teeth, and there are people out there that are living in the 1800s, including members of my family, and I'm probably never going to be able to go home again.
Those are some same people that see black helicopters on the horizon. I mean, you know, this is reasonable public policy. Let's go forward.
But they also...
Wasn't too reasonable in Clark County a couple of years ago, I believe. They turned it down.
Well,
yeah.
I grew up with fluoride in my water system. I still
How's your
have
teeth?
all my teeth.
Okay, well, I'm going to
He's lost his marbles, but he has all the teeth.
skip all the way through. Okay, spheres of influence. Do you think it's going to get shunted back to where it was for the cities of Reno and Sparks?
Yeah, I do, and I think one of the reasons that it is because we mentioned Department 9. I think with the job of regional planning that Judge Hardesty has taken over, I think that's going to have an impact on that question.
Do you think the public has understood enough about that?
I agree.
Okay, and what about the two advisory questions here? Are we going to see a Reno County?
No.
No.
No. Are we going to see
You'll
consolidation?
see a Las Vegas County before you'll see a Reno County.
Okay,
Yeah, right.
Will we see the consolidation go through?
No.
I don't think so.
You don't think consolidation either?
No.
No.
Ooh.
No, because I think by the time people get to that point in the ballot, they're voting no.
Okay, marijuana. A lot of money being spent on that in the closing days here in favor of passing this. We only got about 20 seconds. Is it going to go?
Marijuana loses 60-40.
I think marijuana loses. They should have taken a smaller bite, decriminalized it, and done something like that rather than distribution.
Greg, go.
I
5
agree.
seconds. Andy?
That fast
Yeah,
enough?
it's going to fail.
I think it's going to fail. We'll be right back.
Now, more than ever, we all need to get out and have a good time. Well, you know, laugh a little, laugh a lot. Escape to Harvey's Cabaret Theater for the Improv Comedy Club and laugh your worries away. The Improv Comedy Club's new home is Harvey's beautiful Cabaret Theater, showcasing future star comedians. The Improv Comedy Club. For reservations, call 1-800-HARVEYS and catch the funniest show at the lake.
Hello, I'm Governor Kenny Gwynn, and I'd like to tell you about an outstanding state senator, Senator Maurice Washington. Senator Washington has been in the forefront of education reform, an issue that has always been dear to me. His knowledge and understanding of the problems facing education today make him essential to the legislature's progress. Senator Maurice Washington has my full support, and I hope he will have your support during early voting or on November the 5th.
You'll see more houses on the House Detective than you'll see on any other real estate program around. And you know what? We have more fun on the House Detective. Tune us in.
She's the most important person in your life. We can make her picture last for years to come. Fast Frame. Expert picture framing.
No matter if you're in Reno, Sparks, Lake Tahoe, or Carson City, when you're in need of legal assistance, call Jack Kennedy.
Hi, I'm Jack Kennedy. If you have a serious injury, give us a call. And remember, when you ride your bike, make sure you wear a helmet. It's the law.
Jack Kennedy and Associates, 323-5225.
Let CTX show you how, 'cause with CTX, you're homeward bound.
Greg, you got 10 seconds.
The consensus of the group is that the puppy spots will lead to a victory for WC3. The other observation is those three candidates that ran against Nevada Power all go down.
Interesting. Okay, we got to tell you that we've got election coverage starting tonight at 10 o'clock here on KOLO TV, and then KOH will be over there starting at 6 o'clock until 11 o'clock tonight. Tomorrow's show?
We'll have the new mayor tomorrow.
Join us tomorrow starting at 11. We'll see you here on Nevada Newsmaker.